question is, have you ever had a past or present client ever say to you, I just met somebody who's thinking about buying or selling a house, and I spoke to them about you and gave them your card, so you should get a call sometime soon. And how did that work out for you? How many of those calls did you ever get? So if you're like most people, apparently business cards don't work. Consider the amount of business, referral business, you're losing every year because you're not asking for, teaching how, and reminding your clients about the issue of referrals in a proactive and purposeful way. Your strategy should consist of the following elements. Number one, timing is everything. Your current clients are your best, most immediate source of referrals because of something referred to as top-of-the-mind consciousness. Whatever's most important in anybody's mind at any given time is what they're talking about everywhere. And since these buyers and sellers are immersed in the buying and selling process, they're talking about it everywhere. We need to put them to work for us. So at the conclusion of the listening appointment, when they've demonstrated that they trust you by signing the listening agreement, you ask for and teach them how to send you referrals. Number two, the dialogue. You're going to want to write this down. Before I give you the entire dialogue, it will include these major points or phrases. Number one, I need to ask you a favor. Number two, at least once, if not twice. Number three, stop in the conversation. And number four, call me so I can call them. The entire dialogue will sound something like this. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I want to thank you again for the opportunity to meet with you and talk to you about listing your property. And now that we have signed the documents, I need to ask you a favor, but only if you're comfortable with this. What I've discovered selling houses now for 15 years in Greenbelt, Maryland, is that my buyers and sellers go into their world and talk about it everywhere. They go to work and talk about it. They go on the phone and talk to their friends and relatives about it. They walk up and down the street and talk to their neighbors about it. And at least once, if not twice, in one of those conversations, somebody says to them, I'm thinking about buying or selling a house too. Here's what I need you to do when that happens. I need you to stop in the conversation, tell them a little bit about me and why you chose me to be your realtor. And then, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, here comes the big favor, and one more time, only if you're comfortable with it. I want you to tell them to expect a phone call from me within the next 48 hours, and then with their permission, I need you to call me with their name and number so I can make that call. Do you understand what I just did? I just asked them for referrals and taught them how to send referrals. Number three is the delivery. The delivery of that dialogue should be, first of all, reworded. You need to put your language to it. I gave you 4 key phrases, but the rest of it really should be reworded so it sounds authentic. Conversation dialogue won't work unless it sounds authentic. Number two, it needs to be rehearsed so it sounds as if it's spontaneous and like casual conversation. And number three, when you think you've got it, you should test it. Sometime when you're at your office, you should call home when you know there's nobody there to pick up the phone. And when your recorder says at the sound of the beep, leave a message, record the dialogue. Go home later. See what it really sounded like. This proactive, purposeful strategy will bump your business by 20 to 30% in the next 12 months, and it will cost you nothing. Nothing in marketing because the sellers are already there, and they've just demonstrated that they trust you. They just need to be asked for and taught how to send you referrals, and of course reminded. But that takes another 2 days. That is CRS 210.